And hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. I'm your Leo
Yep.
Skilvin, and joining me is the party of Keegan, Craftwell, Andy, Ironman, and Allied Horizon for some
Guten
DTM.
Tag.
Introduce yourselves however you wish.
Heyo.
Hola.
Hi everybody.
Let's do this.
Alright, so, where we last started, Keegan and Craftwell were heading to the Unity Ball. And they're getting dressed. Let's see the attire that they choose for this evening. Appearance and etiquette from both of you. You both know how to roll, right?
Yeah. I got
Good.
5 rolls because I got 5 points total, right? Easy.
We'll double check your sheet real quick.
Appearance 3, etiquette 2.
Yep, appearance 3, etiquette 2. You get 5 dice.
And if
Also, you still haven't chosen a picture. I'm gonna have to
Uh,
auto-assign you one, I'm afraid.
Okay, fine. What's the difficulty?
it's always 6 unless he says otherwise.
Yep,
Okay.
difficulty is 6. Let's see, who do I got here that'd be good for you?
Hi, you're looking very good, Craft.
I am very handsome. And you, I don't know what to say about you. Yeah, that doesn't look
I
There you
just
go.
throw
You've been given an image now. So, unfortunately, Keegan's a little off on the dressing for the attire. He shows up for what would be more of a early 1800s ball. He's not really with the times. So, rather than the more fanciful modern suits that have emerged, you can see him dress up in almost what would be a Napoleonic army
Military?
suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keegan,
Which,
you should
unfortunately,
point
is
for
very
me.
brightly colored and stands out a lot of the time.
What are you wearing, young whippersnapper? Put on your military uniform.
Pretty much, right?
Get that regalia showing.
Yeah. Pretty much. And, Keegan's unfortunately going to show up with a few dozen medals strapped to him as well.
My sword.
Yeah. Like, you're basically walking out there like a Napoleonic general. Hopefully no one's got a gun. Because you're going to be the first target, buddy.
They probably do.
Yeah,
If the
so...
Jameer doesn't check that.
What year is in the game? It is December 21st, 1912. Alright, and so how are you guys getting to the ball?
Driver, get the automobile ready.
Ah, yes. Keegan, you are very wealthy, actually.
Yes.
Unsurprisingly, you venture bastard. You have money coming out of your ass, so much so that you just have a personal driver. Now, you make your home out of town, in Kloisterneberg.
Yes.
Yes? Yes. So it'll be a little bit of a drive for you to get in town. You have to leave a little early, but that's fine. The Unity Ball doesn't start until 9 p.m. Now, because it is December 21st, it is the darkest day of the year, hence why the Unity Ball is held today. So the sun sets around basically 5 p.m.
Nice. Very dark.
Yeah, very dark. And it also doesn't rise until like 7 a.m. Basically, you're sitting pretty with 14 hours a night. Great time.
Cool.
It's really cold out, but thankfully you're a vampire, so that doesn't really matter. All
Work
right.
hard or peasant. It's not that cold.
Exactly, right? Doesn't matter for you guys. Ugh.
I actually have a question about the code in vampires. Can we freeze to death and or get frostbite? Because we're
No.
already dead.
No, you cannot.
Thank you.
You haven't felt warmth since you became a
Well, I
vampire.
guess technically yes. I think you guys actually do start taking damage, but it's like around -70, -80 degrees Celsius.
That sounds
So we could
about
climb up
right.
to Mount Everest just fine,
Mostly
or
fine.
at least
If
part
you
of the way.
need to
In the
move
most
around.
brutal winter and cold snap in Antarctica, you guys might be in trouble. That's about it.
That's
I don't actually even
terrifying.
remember. There is a point when you start taking damage, but it's really far and ridiculous. You don't have to worry about it.
That's not science.
Basically, don't get catapulted into space.
Space.
Well, that's basically the only thing you got going for you. All right. So you guys will be driving. Very good. All right, and next up, Andy.
Yes.
You aren't quite, unfortunately, as rich as the Ventrus. Nope.
I can barely afford my legs.
Yeah, you only have resources 1. Let's see here, shall we? And ooh, wow. You
Yeah.
got 1 die to roll for your
Yep.
appearance etiquette.
Am I rolling it?
Yeah.
Ha.
Ooh, you
At
got
least
one.
he's already a part of the Tremere, so he's fine.
Better than Keegan.
Yeah. You unfortunately don't really have money to get your stuff dry cleaned. So whilst you have kind of old, worn out, and really dirty attire, but it is the correct attire. You're showing up in just a worn, dirty, dusty suit.
It's better than Keegan.
Yeah, Keegan's showed up in the attire for the wrong era, which might command respect from a few of the older vampires, but not likely.
Might get him laughed out of the court too by the new
I have no
ones.
idea what you're talking about. All the elders are wearing this fashion.
No, all the elders are still wearing stuff from a previous millennia, man. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
pretty much. All right, and unfortunately, you can't really afford any other means than walking.
Yep.
All
I can
right.
at least afford my legs.
Yep, you can at least afford your legs. All right, so let's roll a luck die for you. Ooh, I have some bad news for you, Andy. As you're walking across the bridge, it's
God
more or
damn
less
it.
pin drop silent, and everything is everything is normal, except out from behind one of the corners on one of the little lookout posts on the bridge comes a man who smells a little bit of gin and whiskey, and his hand's shaking just a little bit, but in his hand he has a gun.
Okay.
And he says, "Money or your life, friend."
Okay.
Congratulations, you're getting mugged for $10.
Pretty much.
No, his boots and his wallet, basically.
Pretty close,
Alright,
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, this shaggy old hobo's, got one of those mega beards.
you
It's
assume I have a wallet.
Half a foot beard. Well, you probably don't. I mean, we're in this era, gold coins are
He
used.
has some coins. He has his crowns.
I can't
You'll have a few
afford a
crowns on,
wallet.
probably. And the short answer is you have 7 crowns to give him if you choose to.
Basically,
But
all this.
the scraggly old hobo in, a winter cap and got one of those half-foot-long giant gray beards, and he's clutching his gun.
Yeah. I'm going
In
to
even
try
more
and-
worn-out clothes than you.
I'm I'm gonna try and lie to him and tell him that I don't have any money.
All right, good try here. Would you mind rolling manipulation subterfuge then?
Difficulty?
Difficulty 6. Now the hobo is thankfully inebriated, so you've got good news on trying to lie to him. Oh wait, I actually already.
There you go.
You have 8
I
dice.
apparently did not have my roll set up. Hang on.
Yep.
Yeah.
5 manipulation, 3 subterfuge.
That's impressive. So you're probably getting out of this one with your money still, maybe, if he doesn't decide to just murder you.
Or I get out of it with his gun.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, it's a shitty revolver,
Actually-
over the counter.
Actually, I'm the one robbing you. What do you mean? You're holding his gun.
Unfortunately, he's not quite that good at dementation yet, but
Almost. So 5 successes on the roll.
all right. And let's see. I mean, the hobo can't possibly match you, but let's at least give him a shot, eh?
Yeah.
Let's see how badly he gets outmatched.
Well, not
Ooh.
actually that badly,
Yeah, that's
as it turns out.
Damn.
Yeah. All right. He's like, fine. You can keep going. He puts his gun away and just curls up into his little coven, waiting for his next victim to walk by.
You lucky SOB.
And so was he the troll under the bridge?
Something like
much.
that. Yeah. All right. You are free to keep casually walking along with the party.
Okay.
So, Ahriman.
Mm-hmm.
You are thankfully not quite as poor as Andy.
What do you mean not quite as poor? I have 4 resources. I have a mansion outside of town.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So, why don't we see how well you dress for the occasion?
Is hopefully I do fine. Fuck, what was the command exactly? Fuck, that was it.
Slash roll.
Slash roll, damn it.
No, stop. Before you try that, if you go to your character sheet, click Attributes and Ability, click Show in Macro Bar next to Roll. And then there'll be a little button in the bottom left that lets you roll.
Oh, cool. So
And
it's
then
just
just
I input how many dice and then hit submit?
Yep, and then hit input the difficulty. It'll make your life a lot easier if you use the auto system.
Yep. Well, I've got
Alright,
it.
2 successes. Yeah, you've got your you pretty much bog standard it. You know, you've got a nice modern suit on. It's clean. Nothing overly fancy. You don't have a chapelle or anything, but you know, you're passable.
Sometimes the classics work best.
Exactly, right? So, and how are you getting to the party?
Well, I have a driver, don't I?
With 4 resources, yeah, you can definitely afford to have a driver employed, or at least, at the very least, you can get a cab.
Yeah. I'm getting there that way because it's a bit far to walk from out of town.
Yeah, where are you based out of anyway?
I don't think I got a really good look at the map beforehand.
It's literally been
I'd
on
be
this map for a
somewhere-
week. You could have just freaking thrown a dart at it at any time.
Yeah, that's a point, but I think I'd be somewhere south. And plus, this thing isn't like absolutely a tiny font.
Yeah, Fischaumend, perhaps. It's down along the river.
Yeah, I can't understand a damn thing about this map. Sorry.
It's an original map.
Fisherman's down. That sounds like
It's
fair.
it's along the Danube.
Yep.
All right. So be coming in. It'll take you a little while to get there, but that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And finally, we have Allied Horizon, or Ulysses.
Yes,
So-
sir.
You are the second poorest of everybody, with your meager 3 resources. Oh boy. So tell us, how do you dress for the party tonight? Let's find out, shall we? A little
Yes.
bit of appearance etiquette. Three successes. All right. You figured out how to dress in the latest fashions. You will be wearing a spiffy white suit with proper shoulder tassels and a lovely sash. And you've got your mustache trimmed perfectly.
I would like to point out it was not my idea, but one of my underlings who said, "Sir, this is the latest fashion," and I took his advice.
Because you are actually the head of a crime family, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I have.
And out of curiosity, where are you based? Are you in the city?
I am based out of
Just ping it.
Just ping the damn thing.
To ping, hold
You
the
can't
mouse.
pronounce it.
I actually need to find it again. My apologies.
Oh, Jesus.
Welcome to the least organized.
This is my fault. I actually zoomed out of the map to look it over and lost it.
Yeah. With all of the absolutely tiny fonts.
Where can you give us like a general like location? Was it south, north?
It was
east,
the
west?
south. It was towards the southern portion of the map, over by the sea. It ran
I see.
along the river.
I see. So you actually have a really far, long way to go then, by comparison.
We had past knowledge of this event that would transpire, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Then would it be okay if I had been staying with one of my family members mafia family members inside the capital for the...
Well, I'd be more inclined to tell you that you should just take a train, but
Alright, I'll take a train.
yeah. Because if you'll notice that there are indeed several train tracks, strewn throughout. And there is indeed train access to the city.
Alright.
Alright. Yeah, so he's out in the boonies. Pretty much cool skills. I mean, he's a bit paranoid, unfortunately. So he wants to be well hidden from the prying eyes.
Indeed.
Alright. So you'll be taking a train. Let's see. Alright, it looks like Andy's the only one who gets a bad event tonight. Well,
Could be a theme.
hey, it happens. Like, I just have a little luck die I roll here every so often for things. Sometimes bad events happen, sometimes they don't. Everyone rolled good but you.
What do you mean rolled? He walked.
Everyone else took something, but he just
Yeah,
walked
that's
there.
why Andy had the worst penalty for it.
Oh, I got off scot-free.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you also had a chance to end up running into something bad. Let's be honest here. If you
It's actually kind of funny because the hobo's gun was unloaded, but
I
God
have
damn it.
there was no bullets.
I have found the location, by the way.
Oh, that's good. Would you mind pinging it?
Again.
I just did.
Okay, again. Ah, there it is. Because I need to make notes of this, by the way.
My apologies.
It's kind of helpful when you guys, let me know about this stuff ahead of time. I'm just going to put a square around it for now. Because that way I can modify my notes later. Alright. This is why you should tell me these things before the session, guys. Thank you.
That's a point.
Yeah. Alright. So. Now that's taken care of. Yeah, you're definitely going to have to be taking trains to and from the city.
I mean, I work in the city. I own a bar in the city.
Yeah. I was more or less talking to Allied.
It helps relax the body after a hard day at work.
Mm-hmm. So, the church bells ring 9 p.m. as everyone more or less is assembling outside the palace. The rather gracious host of this year's Unity Ball is none other than the Archduke Franz Ferdinand. In the palace of... In his let me try that again. In his personal palace.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Quite a nice chap. Rumor has it he's been forming quite a grand alliance with the vampires of the city.
Smart guy.
Mm-hmm. Since
Smart blood bag.
all of the previous successors to the Austro-Hungarian Empire have for some reason ended up dead, and
It's-
somehow he's now.
It's the water.
Yeah, it's
It's
probably the
definitely
water.
the water.
So you can actually see on the map here Belvedere Palace. It's more or less on the outskirts of Vienna here, and where the ball shall be taking place. It's also pretty far from the church, so, bonus points for that.
Yep.
Alright. And so the church bells ring 9 p.m. as everyone has more or less begun assembling outside and coming inside. You're checked at the door for an invitation that you all have, as every vampire has received one. Mostly through...
Even our poorest dude.
Yeah, even the poorest dude. Like, it was literally just delivered by Raven. I'm not joking. Like, a Raven just would hand you the invitation at some point in the
That's
last,
cool.
couple weeks. Because that's generally how, vampires do shit. Weird, archaic forms of communication. Because you know what a vampire doesn't know how to use?
Technology.
Freaking telegraph. Oh. So, yeah.
Phones are easier to learn. Telegraph,
Yeah.
fuck that shit.
Mhm. So instead, a raven or other associated bird would likely just find you and hand you the letter. Good to note. So, yeah. And you're all accepted in, although the bouncer gives some funny looks to Keegan for his outlandish outfit.
I give him a small salute.
Mhm. Oh dear.
Am I
All
allowed
right.
to be wearing a mask? Just like a masquerade mask, just the top of the face, not the mouth.
That would be like acceptable, yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, and you come into Belvedere Palace. It's probably one of the most opulent places beyond the Imperial Palace itself. There's, about 2-story tall windows lining the ballroom. And just alongside, you can see several busts of previous Austrian monarchs. They're all, unfortunately, not facing the door.
I hate you.
So it's a little hot under the collar for Andy, who needs to make a bit of a willpower check right about now.
Why can't I go and turn him?
Well, no. Well, unless you're willing to just give in and start running around and turning the busts towards the door.
How many of
You
them are there?
You would say about 10.
I'm down to do it.
All right, so you're just gonna take a failure on the willpower check.
Well, I don't have to take the willpower roll, right?
Well, the willpower roll is to resist doing it.
Okay, yeah. Why would I want to resist doing it? It makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, it does. All right, so you start casually.
I don't see anything wrong with this.
Yes, you just start casually marching around and like just turning the busts so that they all face the front entrance.
Okay.
What I walk up to him in the middle of it and what are you doing?
Arranging things.
You're disrespecting the memories of our reigning monarchs. Why would you do this?
How am I disrespecting them?
I do say them looking towards the door would keep us safe. They
How does
clearly
that
have
make
our
any
backs.
sense?
This man has a great idea. May I aid you, sir?
Yes, please.
I proceed to aid him in the moving of the bus towards the door.
Anyway, continuing my description of the ballroom, the floors are made of marble, and there is a lovely wooden, like hardwood staircase going up to a raised platform at the far end. Indeed, unfortunately, there are some unturnable busts on the stairwell as well.
Why are they unturnable?
Because they're kind of like built into the stairwell, like they're at the bottom of the stairwell, on the columns at the bottom.
Okay, that would just make me uncomfortable. To me, though,
Yeah,
that's
so
like a painting.
unfortunately, you're just really uncomfortable and making an ass of yourself right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's rather unfortunate. No one else is really gonna stop you though. Everyone just looks at you funny because everyone knows you're a weird ass Malkavian, and a lot of the vampires here tonight know not to interfere when Malkavians are acting weird.
How do they know who I am in the mask?
Because you have a fish face, man. That's
Because
how they
you're
know.
Because you showed up wearing a mask and you're just running around turning, busts towards the door. Everyone's already figured out you're a Malkavian.
Fair enough. Touche.
Like, vampires are very observant creatures. Doesn't take much for them to have figured this out.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So it's been greatly revealed at this point that Andy is Malkavian.
How unexpected.
Cool Skills asks, so what is Malkavian clan like? Well, as you might have noticed, they're all slightly crazy.
I believe the proper term is demented.
Demented, yeah. In this particular case, we have someone with a bit of OCD and a bit of manic depression.
Just the tad.
Yeah. Yeah. Weakness revealed on Great Party with other vampires feels bad. I didn't even know what his weakness was before I was planning this, so don't look at me. This was not my fault. And anyway, great.
No guy.
Yeah, about 40 or so vampires are in attendance at this point. Many of whom wear a sigil on their chests. like almost like a bit of a large pin of clan Tremere. You can say roughly about half. So you can tell very easily who the Tremere are. Including the vampires I stated before of particular note are in attendance.
The 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can. Everyone knows Baron Oprichniki. No, you don't necessarily know him like a friend. You just know him and know not to fuck with him. Because other people have warned you. Hey, that guy over there, don't piss him off.
I mean, unless you like being strewn around several continents, you probably won't piss him off, sort of thing.
Exactly.
So, quick question about dementation. How often can I use Eyes of Chaos?
That depends.
Okay.
Yeah, generally pretty much as often as you need to.
Okay.
But you can't look at the same thing multiple times.
Okay. Even if, a long time even if it's been a while?
Yes, if it's been a while, you might be able to,
things might change,
something,
yeah.
in particular, something has changed. You have to have
Okay.
known something would have changed.
Okay.
Would be what I'd say.
Fantastic.
Why, are you considering using it?
Maybe on some people eventually, but not currently in this moment.
Alright. And at this point, the Prince Valerius walks out onto the upper balcony and proceeds to ring a fork against his glass. Although it's containing, water, it's more, ceremonial than anything to get everybody's attention. And he greets everyone. Greetings! I'm glad you could all made it to this year's Unity Ball. And I'm sure that some of you have noticed that we have taken some extra measures with security this year. As a few of you think back, you do kind of notice that there were gargoyles on the roof. Like proper stoneform gargoyles, but you did notice the eyes were kind of weird, like they were following you.
Ha. Gargoyle.
Yeah, Tremere gargoyles, they're a thing. And he says, so we hope that this year there will be no unruly interruptions.
Here, here.
Yes. And now I would like to present the host of this evening, the gracious host of this evening's ball, Archduke Franz Ferdinand. And everyone begins to clap as he walks up. And he says, greeting, kindred community. Now, he says, unfortunately, my father's opinion of you has been not great. And I understand your struggle, but I see you as very influential people, those who can make or break monarchies or empires. And I hope when my time comes to take the throne, that our friendship will be lasting and together a great empire we can build. And, some more clapping happens.
Ooh.
Love
And
you.
he says, now, for obvious reasons, the Archduke is strictly off limits tonight. As Valerius smiles. He will be in attendance for the party, and I highly suggest that everyone at least meet and have a chat with him. Get to know our future emperor. As Valerius gives a warm smile. To the glory of the Empire. As everyone sort of repeats that back. To the glory of the Empire.
To the glory of the Empire.
Yes.
Wrong empire.
I mean, he's not wrong. It is still a German empire. Just not the German Empire.
I'm the only one in proper Prussian uniform.
Yeah.
Proper Prussian uniform.
Pretty much, right? Alright. And so, yeah. He walks down and joins the party. Now, there is... Alright. Keegan.
Yes.
You're probably the only one who would be knowledgeable for this.
Okay.
So, roll Perception Occult.
Okay.
If we have a cult, should we join?
No. It's mostly because it's mostly to identify a person.
Roger.
That only Keegan would really have a chance of knowing.
I'm guessing base is 6 because... Base.
6. Oof.
Oh.
You're completely oblivious. Alright.
Nothing out of the
Yeah.
ordinary.
Yeah.
Botch.
Yeah, it is. It is. And so something will come back to haunt him for it, don't worry. Yes,
Will it hurt me too?
probably.
Probably.
Damn it.
Nah, nothing's wrong. We're
Man,
in the-
Keegan, you have been doing so bad. You've rolled a fail and now a botch.
First you dressed for the wrong era, and then you botched noticing something off.
Yeah. Yeah.
nothing out of the ordinary.
Hmm.
Well, I'm looking stellar right next
Yeah.
to him,
So,
making him seem even worse.
alright, you guys have some time to talk. Who would you like to talk with?
May I go speak with the Ferdinand?
You'd like to speak with the Archduke.
Yes, sir.
Well, he's a little bit crowded, so he's about holding conversation with about 4 people, who are all very interested to hear his plans for reform, and how he plans to expand the rights of the minorities in the Empire, and build a true federation of people united for one common cause.
Can I gather in the puddle as well?
Yeah, sure.
I'm just gonna listen.
Alright. Keegan, Craftlaw. Who do you want to talk with?
I'm going to go see how Frederick von Kalm is doing.
You'll talk with the industrialist, will you?
But just need to go see how he makes the peasants work better.
Mm-hmm. And good pick. You're going to try and strengthen relations with your clan. Alright. Would you mind rolling Charisma Expression for me, Keegan?
No problem.
Let's see how badly you fail this roll.
4 successes.
Well, he passed, so it's an improvement.
Mm,
Let us be a reminder here that no matter how much VTM you've played, you're still at the mercy of the dice.
That's true for all RPGs, but yes.
Yeah.
just
Alright.
play around what you get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as you've recently learned about Frederick von Koln, his industrial empire has been expanding around the Hungarian capital of Budapest. And he is now claiming to boast 10% of the empire's GDP under his umbrella corporations.
Oh, how nice.
For the record, umbrella corporation is an actual term.
Not the game.
Yeah.
I would like to go in business with him sometime.
Mm-hmm. You definitely need to meet up more often with him. There's definitely some business opportunities for you in the near future. Alright. And now, everyone who isn't Keegan,
Okay.
roll Perception Alertness, difficulty 8.
Keegan?
I said everyone who isn't Keegan.
I know, I'm blaming Keegan for this.
I
At least
did
get
nothing.
3 dice for this.
You said alertness and what else?
Perception awareness.
Perception Alertness, yes.
Fuck, I accidentally put difficulty 9 in, so ignore this. Or not. I think it's still 0 successes either way.
It's still 0. Man, nobody's perception alertness is very good, is it?
I have awareness, not alertness.
I have
Yeah.
people for alertness.
Apparently
So,
Not here anyway.
yeah, you all right. So,
Can I use Eyes of Chaos on Ferdinand?
sure thing.
Okay.
Probably difficult.
How about before you do that, though? I would like to,
Okay,
results of this. So, for the most part, none of you notice shit.
Nice.
Yeah.
The only one who actually really notices anything is our lovely friend Ulysses. Because unfortunately, oh no, wait, no, Ulysses actually trying to talk. Sorry, it's Andy who actually notices things
Okay.
because he's only really listening to the Archduke.
Mhm.
He's not trying to talk with him. Andy, your lovely little Malkavian character can't help but notice that the plants in the potted plants in the corners of the room are wilting and dying at a rather rapid rate. Almost concerning.
Could I use Eyes of Chaos on the plants?
Sure.
Oh god.
Evil plants. No.
6.
The difficulty, let me check here real quick. Eyes of Chaos.
Reading tea leaves is 6.
The pattern of falling leaves, difficulty 6, yeah. In this case, the leaves are totally falling off the potted plants. Alright. You see... Alright, let's go into your head for a moment here.
Okay.
You see the doors of the ballroom busting open, and a shadow marching through. And you see a choking shadow overcoming many. And you see a powerful Tremere wizard being forced into submission.
Okay. Just to clarify, Hilarious is Tremere?
Yes.
Okay.
But he's not the one you saw. You aren't sure who you saw.
Right. Okay. I will keep that to myself for now. And I will also... Is Ferdinand near the door? Near the entrance?
No, he's more just off to the side right now.
Okay. I want to keep as close to the walls as possible while still mingling with people.
I see. I'm gonna act a little more paranoid than usual. Nobody will notice this because you're a Malkavian. Alright. Okay, so, unfortunately, some of Andy's premonitions are coming to pass, as the doors to the ballroom open with a loud thud and a cloaked man walks in. At this point, just about everyone has become silent and has turned to look at him.
Can I roll stealth? And, can I try and hide?
That would be dexterity stealth, you may.
Would any of us be able to try that?
Yeah, sure.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty is 6.
Do I need to roll to hide, like, behind Keegan?
Yeah, if you wish to try and hide, you need to roll.
No, but if I just move and stand behind Keegan.
No, that just standing behind Keegan isn't really hiding. Alright, so everyone has just chosen to just duck and hide behind something.
Yeah.
Well, why are you guys hiding?
Because if
Because a dude just bashed through the doors.
If
Why
the
else-
door-
why- it's a reasonable response.
if somebody just kicked open the doors to a place that we were just told got tighter security and everybody's staring, it's not a fight I can win.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, the bouncer, the guy, well, he's not really a bouncer, the doorman, let's call him, is being held about 2 feet off the ground, being choked by a shadow tentacle coming out from under the man's cloak.
Oh
Oh
god.
hey, doesn't one of us have the shadow discipline that could do that?
Man, it's a sombra.
Heavy breathing.
It's a sombra.
And
not
the
me.
doorman is just tossed aside. Anyone who's perceptive to look out the door might notice a couple of gargoyle corpses on the ground as well.
Yeah.
Well,
Goodness gracious.
shit.
Like, the extra security turned out to not be much. In the face of whoever this figure is.
Can we
And
see their face, or is it completely?
No, his face is hidden in like a cloak.
Okay,
Hidden
can I
with
use
shadow magic.
passion on this guy to dull whatever he's feeling?
You can try.
The difficulty is probably 9.
Charisma, empathy. Okay.
Yeah, let me check the difficulty for passion here. Difficulty of the victim's humanity score. Difficulty 2.
Okay.
I think it's an auto success.
So
Well then. That's all of them. That's all right. How many?
All right. You've made a terrible, terrible mistake, but
Okay.
I think he dulls his passion. I think that was his choice.
no. Yeah, you totally were successful. You were totally successful.
The amount of successes refers to the amount of time, I think. So 6+ is 3 months.
Yeah. If it worked at all, it is. You see, the
Okay.
problem is when you start dealing with Elder and especially Methuselah vampires, they start bending a lot of the rules.
Okay.
Because they have some really bullshit powers.
All right.
Unfortunately, in doing this, what you've actually done is played into his trap card.
Okay.
You have opened up a psychic link between you and him,
Fantastic.
even if only temporary, while you enforce this passion on him.
Fantastic. Am I still technically hiding?
Yeah, it doesn't matter though.
He
Your
knows about
He
minds,
knows where you are. He knows what you're thinking.
your minds are for the moment linked, which
Okay.
is all it takes, even just for a moment.
Wouldn't that be bad for the guy he's linking with because he's the crazy one?
Well, that depends, really. It depends on what this guy's about to do to him, and it's not good. All right.
All right. Well, fuck me.
All right. So, let's see. He will roll his manipulation plus intimidation.
He will. Okay.
He will. Hang on here. So he gets an astounding 11 dice.
All right. What do I get?
Difficulty of the victim's permanent willpower.
Well, fuck.
What is your willpower level right now?
6.
Okay. So difficulty 6. Ooh, 5.
Well, fuck.
All right. Succeed at a real willpower roll, difficulty 7 or die.
Willpower roll?
Yes.
Die.
Might want to use a willpower on this.
Yeah, you might want to burn a point of willpower.
All right.
This is what I
I'm
was
gonna
thinking.
do that. I'm gonna do that. I take one of the X's.
Yes.
Yep, you take off one of the X's.
Alright.
And then you proceed to roll 6 dice.
Okay.
Difficulty 7.
I do right now.
Yep.
Okay.
This is with kitty gloves, by the way, folks.
I'm
No,
sorry, I
I
didn't
fucked up.
expect anyone to actually try and assault the super powerful Methuselah.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, that's exactly why you shouldn't have tried to fuck with him.
This is a learning experience, everyone. This is why you don't
Yes.
just go in guns blazing.
Sorry. Difficulty.
Yep.
What?
Difficulty 7. 0 or higher and you live.
All right.
Well,
All right,
congrats,
with
you
3.
live.
If he succeeds, which you have, apply the effect of 4 successes. The target loses all temporary willpower and half of his permanent willpower points rounded down, and receives
Aw,
3 health level damage of lethal, soaked
Hold on.
normally.
So, all right. So what does that mean? I'm out of willpower now.
Yeah, you lose all of your remaining willpower.
Yep.
Lose all the hexes.
Your permanent willpower, the dots, is halved to 3.
For now.
And you
forever.
take 3 damage. No, it's permanent.
Oh well, shit. Okay. And
Yeah,
I'm
this
down.
happens.
I'm
And
down
you
to
take
wounded.
3 levels of lethal damage, but you do get to soak, so roll your stamina.
Okay. Great. Can I, as a reflexive, can I boost my stamina to 4 with blood?
No.
damage? No. Okay.
You can't do that before this. You have to do that before you take the damage, I'm afraid.
All right. Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
Well, what's the difficulty 6?
Difficulty 6, yep.
Could he burn some blood points to boost his physical stats? though?
No,
He already
you have to do that
has.
before you take the damage. He's already taken the damage, so he has to...
Okay.
Unrecognized. Let me just use the macro.
Yeah, just use the macro. It makes it a lot easier, trust me. Alright, you take 2 points of lethal damage.
All right.
Oh.
All right. So down to injured, and that's marked with the slash.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the slash. No. No, you are down to hurt. You have to mark off bruised as well. Like
Copy.
that.
Yeah.
So those are the first 2 levels. Alright. So you just fall onto the floor blind.
Fucked up.
Like you're just now twitching. And sort of like
Okay.
having a seizure.
Okay.
So,
Glad we all hid.
what discipline is this? Zoth3 asks. It is, in fact, Psychic Assault. A level 8 Auspex power.
Oh, hey,
Great.
I could do that at some point in the very, very distant future.
Yeah. Point being, don't open psychic links with people who have the power of Psychic Assault.
I
Highly
fucked up.
recommendable.
At least you lived. Thank your lucky gods for that.
You're alive.
Almost.
See, the link is so powerful, even Kale's dying a little bit.
Apparently.
We're off
Oh,
to
God.
a great start.
He's just laughing at my pain.
It is funny though, you have to admit.
Yeah.
Why did you find that handy? What
Yeah.
did you expect would happen?
So, by the way, I should warn you before we continue. Like, I do have a bit of a reputation for being a bit of a merciless DM, and if you don't think your actions through very carefully, bad things tend to happen.
All right.
As somebody has now learned. Don't fuck with anyone who appears to be a really powerful vampire.
Lesson learned.
Yeah.
Well, you first have to live when you've successfully done that, so now you can learn.
Yeah, you've learned. All right. So, yeah. At this point, he's just walking casually down the middle of the ballroom, and everyone's just sort of shuffled off to the side, not wanting to get particularly close to the man.
Is there any way for us to tell who he is approaching before he gets to him?
I mean, Andy might have some kind of idea if he wasn't turned into some babbling moron at this point.
I'm gonna take a guess and say he's gonna beeline it towards either the Kaiser, the Prince, or someone else important.
No, he just shouts. He just gets to the middle of the ballroom, and then he raises his head upwards, and shouts in a whisper that everyone seems to be able to hear, and the name Atrius comes out of his lips.
Shit.
And then at this point, a man opens the doors from the upper level and walks out. And he says, "You called my name?" And he says, "Yes." He looks upwards. At this point, you can see a face. It isn't a face you've ever seen before. But, and unfortunately, no one knows, well, at least no one in the party would know who this man is. And at this point, the man at the top, who you've pretty much figured out is Atrius, based on the fact that he came when he was called. And, yeah, so he says, "Lazarus, what are you doing here?"
Well, shit. You
Oh,
warned
fuck.
us, and I was still surprised.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
here you go.
Oh,
Don't
well,
really-
I fucked up.
Terrified of him. You should be too. Well, our Malk wasn't, and look what that got him.
Yeah, learn to be terrified of things.
Ugh.
Wipe sweat from brow. Oh god, oh god.
Yeah. This man is known as the Biblical Lazarus. He was sired by Cappadocius. He is 4th generation. He currently, at least generally, seems to reside in Rome. However, he seems to have made his way out to Vienna tonight.
Did he get an invitation?
He doesn't need an invitation.
Yeah.
Fair
He
enough.
showed he doesn't need an invitation.
Yeah, he doesn't need an invitation. And he says, "We need to have a talk." And then Atrius says, "Fine, come to my office." Up the stairs, and then waves him along. Now, Atrius, you might also note, is a member of the 4th generation. He is the 2nd eldest Tremere, which means that he's about, 1,200 years old at this point. Still a baby by comparison, especially since about 400 of those years was spent as a mortal mage rather than as a vampire.
Well,
So, Atrius may himself also be very powerful. He is, by comparison, a baby to Lazarus. Lazarus is also known as one of the most powerful of the Methuselahs because he escaped the need for torpor. Most elder vampires tend to go into a really long, several hundred-year sleep every so often called torpor. Lazarus, however, went to the underworld, where such was not needed. And so he spent most of the last 2,000 years being awake.
dear God.
This is terrifying. and I have no
Yeah.
idea what's going on.
We are so fun. Well, we shouldn't touch us though. So we shouldn't.
Yeah. Literally
We're
just
hands
don't
beneath his
Don't
piss
surface.
him off.
Don't mess with it.
So at this point, Dion Kesht, your sight comes back and your seizure kind of stops and you come to your feet.
Okay.
You're just like, what the just hit me. Anyone get the number of that train?
It was Lazarus.
I think now I'm just generally terrified of a lot of things.
Yeah, that tends to happen. Oh, a lesson learned.
At least you're alive.
Mhm.
Yeah. With half my willpower.
Yeah. And at this point, like, there are just, like, shadow snakes crawling across the floor. That just, are generally wrapping around people's feet and just moving about.
Can I pet one? Because these are shadow tent.
Don't.
Sombra thing.
I wouldn't.
Oh no!
I'd like to point out
no,
the last time somebody tried to interact with Lazarus, what happened.
they're interacting with us, correct? So they're trying to get through.
They
think
just
so.
seem to be moving in a rather randomish
Oh,
pattern.
my apologies. I misunderstood then. I thought they were
Okay.
specifically wrapping around like our feet and stuff.
No, they're just kind of like randomly running around the room.
Yes, let's make a conceited effort to avoid those things.
By the way, at this point, the bouncer gets up. Or the
He's
doorman.
alive.
No, that's the problem, actually.
Wait,
Right.
what?
Here, it appears he's a zombie now.
Fuck.
And he just kind of starts marching towards, like, the closest vampire. Tell me, Keegan, you brought a sword, right?
Har har.
Good news, your radically out-of-date gear might come in handy.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, I brought my actual sword, and so I'm going.
Are you going to walk over and try and put the doorman out of his misery?
I don't know. Lazarus wouldn't be mad, would he?
Probably not. I mean, the problem
Okay,
with
I'm gonna-
Lazarus is he's so powerful, his power just kind of leaks all over the place.
Hence shadow
So-
snakes.
Hence the shadow snakes, hence anybody he kills turning into a zombie.
Yeah. No one brought a gun? No one?
But
No one really wants to
I have-
fire a gun.
Yeah, I'd rather not find out. He'd be pissed.
Plus, God knows, that might attract police attention.
Yeah, that.
Would
Well, we're in the Archduke's private palace.
Firing off a gun seems like a poor idea.
Yeah.
what
Alright.
about a crossbow?
So, Keegan, would you like to be the one to put the doorman down?
Please do.
Might as well.
Alright.
Okay.
Go give him a good wallop with the sword.
I'm gonna pull out my military sword, like old.
It's an
Yeah,
old-timey
Prussian.
Napoleonic, or Prussian-styled.
I'm gonna increase my strength to 4 and dexterity to 5, so that's 4 blood points. Wait, we used one waking up, right? So
No.
no, okay.
You don't have to mark that one off. Getting up on the first night of the game is free.
Okay, let's hit this SOB.
Are you gonna roll, Keegan?
Sorry, 1 second. Hitting his head would be +2, or
Correct, +2.
of course.
Alright, one success. That's all you need.
Yep.
Alright,
Yeah.
you have a sword. So it is strength plus 2. Plus you hit the head. So it is strength plus 4.
All right.
You said you have 4 strength, so you have 8 dice of damage.
slice.
Yeah, you just straight behead him. Like, you just straight cut the guy's head off.
I'm gonna.
And then you
Slice-
put your sword back into
I'm
your
just gonna
thing.
clean the blood off the sword on his pant leg, and then I'm gonna slide it back in and walk back to the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Like
No,
nothing-
nobody even seems to mind that you did that.
Everything. Take care of a problem, and we're done.
Yeah. It's one less masquerade violation walking around.
Even the old-time classics have use.
Yeah, as it turns out. Because, as you guys might be somewhat aware, bullets are not the most effective thing against, zombies.
Yeah.
Swords have their uses. Alright. At this point, there's just hushed whispers among the vampires. And they go, "What is Lazarus doing here? What does he want? Are we all going to die?" And you start hearing some other rumors about Lazarus as well. Lazarus is the last of a fallen clan of vampires called the Cappadocians, you see. The Giovanni, the modern necromancer clan, wiped them out. But Lazarus was never wiped out. Lazarus was permitted, in air quotes, to live. Because he was just that powerful. More or less that he could defeat most of the Giovanni themselves. They tried to take him down, but were forced into a more of coexistence. It's rather unfortunate.
What about Giovanni himself?
Even Giovanni himself has respect for Lazarus.
Yeah, in other words, he got fought to a standstill.
Yeah. In short, he took on an entire clan of vampires and, came out just fine. So, again, don't fuck with him. And so, yeah, there's a lot of hushed whispers. It's like, what is Lazarus doing here? Why? And this continues for a while, to the point that everyone starts to calm down a little bit and start talking. Several people at this point have already started to leave.
Smart men. Unfortunately, I'm not one of them.
Andy!
Can I be one of them?
Yes, you may. If you wish, you can totally flee.
I'm doing that.
Well, you already took damage, man. I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
You opened a psychic link with him and just felt horrible pain from it.
Did I learn anything about him from it?
You might have.
Okay, and the passion didn't work?
Not really.
You
Okay.
didn't have time to do it before the psychic assault started, so no.
Yeah, the
Fair
psychic
enough.
assault was a reflexive.
Okay.
If you'd successfully not taken damage from the psychic assault, you would have been able to implore the passion on him, but it was more or less like I said, you activated his trap card.
Okay.
It's like, I cast passion. You've activated my trap card. Die.
Alright. Alright. Almost.
Yeah, almost. It didn't work so well for you. But, good try. It was an honest try.
Could I have just used all 6 of my willpower? Or is it only 1 willpower per...
1 willpower per turn, unfortunately.
Okay.
And once he had 5 successes at best, you got the best outcome anyway.
Yeah.
There was no hope. The only chance to survive would have been to have had a higher base willpower.
Okay.
A higher
Yeah.
base willpower than him. I don't think that's possible.
Well, no, just higher base willpower in general. Because
Okay.
the difficulty that Lazarus rolled against was his willpower.
Right.
Yeah.
So if he had an 8 or a 9, Lazarus would have... Okay, correction, he got 3 fucking... if he had had even 7 willpower at that point, he would have only gotten 3 successes and taken no permanent damage.
Yeah. And that's
So-
fucked now, considering it's 3 now.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's cheaper to work it up.
Yeah.
Are any of the important people fleeing at this point, or are they still remaining?
I mean, the Tremere are the main ones who are remaining around. Everyone who isn't Tremere seems to be leaving. Like, the Tremere seem to be, the most concerned about this.
Keegan, should we be leaving?
Has Von...
You have no idea what happened to Von Cole. You're actually pretty certain he left, before Lazarus actually had managed to call out to the Tremere.
Alright, I'm gonna tell Craftwell prep the driver. I'm gonna say goodbye to our host.
Okay,
Act
let's
like
go.
nothing happened and this was just a normal day in cameraless society.
Are you going to try and wipe his memory of Lazarus?
Crap. Well,
No.
The-
I
the-
mean, Archduke Franz Ferdinand.
I don't think that would be the best idea because the Tremere can just do it themselves.
Yeah, this is true.
So they can handle
Yeah.
their own problems.
All right, you're gonna let the Tremere handle this one then.
I mean, I could, but I don't know if that.
I'm staying because information broker more than anything else.
Let's just fuck around. Let's make him forget.
All right, Andy,
Tremere
as
might
you're just
like-
sort of like putting on your coat, prepping to run the fuck away, a shadow snake sort of like crawls up in front of your face.
Okay, I'm
And-
going.
As you look into it, you see a reflection of yourself, and like a shattered half of your face is shattered into fragments.
Okay.
Uh,
Is there a different exit that I might know of at all?
Well, unfortunately, the shadow snake proceeds to plow its face into yours. How much
Why?
stamina do you have?
1.
You now have 0. You
Okay.
also fall over unconscious.
Okay.
On
Is
the
it-
plus side, you got your willpower back.
Is it
Okay.
mating?
Wait, what? Okay.
You're now back at 6 willpower, is it? Or
Yeah, but you lost all your temporary willpower. That ain't coming back.
Okay.
How do I get 0 stamina?
You can't, because usually in most cases 0 stamina means you're dead permanently.
Okay.
Good news, in this case you're not dead permanently. You're just dead for a while.
Okay.
You're pretending to be dead by
What does that
being
even mean?
dead.
Am I crippled, incapacitated?
You don't really. You haven't taken any damage. You're just kind of dead. Like,
You
Okay.
basically fell over and
Would
stopped
it be a
moving.
good idea to pick him up and grab him?
I don't think you care about me enough.
The Tremere would have a vested interest in him, and
Ah,
if
yeah,
I
we should-
know
we should
enough,
take
which
care
I
of
don't
him.
think I do, I might, but not really.
Wait, would I roll my occult intelligence to figure out what's going on with him?
yeah, you might want to. Difficulty 9.
Okay, let's see how well that goes.
Come on, Keegan, we believe in you.
Not with this many dice.
Oh fuck.
Oh god!
Nah,
dude.
he's fine. That's supposed to happen with those tentacles.
No. In fact, you try and give him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. You try and suck the shadow out of him.
Wait,
Wait, so the shadow. Hold on. So the shadow snake is actually in me.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Okay, what
got
did
that
we
much
have to
right.
roll?
So it's
What did
in
you
the
roll?
cult, right?
Yep.
Oh my
So
goodness.
Keegan runs over and starts trying to suck the shadow out of him. And does indeed succeed. Hey, Keegan, how much stamina do you have?
Same amount.
Good news, at least you can buff yourself up a little bit.
Doesn't he have 4?
Hey, Keegan, would you like to spend a couple blood points to get some extra stamina right about now?
I will spend all the blood points.
You only need 2.
Okay, I'll spend 2.
Alright, you spend 2 blood points to get yourself up to 3 stamina. You are immediately then reduced to 1 stamina as you suck the shadow snake out of him. Good news for Dion Shet, though. Your stamina is back at 1.
Okay.
He's alive.
Am I still unconscious?
No, you're fine. You're perfectly fine.
Okay, do
Congratulations, his botch worked for you.
Yeah,
Damn
the botch worked, but Keegan has now taken on the penalty instead.
is Keegan now unconscious?
I'm just gonna
No,
help him.
Keegan blew blood in order to not be unconscious.
So,
As Andy could have also done.
do I owe him my life now, or
No, not really.
No, I
But,
just
well,
help
probably.
him up and say,
can I run?
watch yourself.
Can I roll intelligence plus occult to see what happened to me?
You really probably shouldn't.
Probably
But
not.
alright,
We
go
already saw
ahead.
The results of int occult rolls for the shadow snakes.
We'll,
Let's
we'll
not.
see, we'll see it. I just want to know what happened. I'll decide whether to act on it or not later.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have a question. Is Ulysses seeing all this transpire in front?
Yeah.
I know I am.
Is there like bottles of blood like on the table? Like, are the table still there? Can I just go drink some blood and just ignore this?
You may.
All right.
Wow, look! We actually got a success on that thing. What does that tell us?
A success.
Oh dear. All right. So everybody else is getting the absolute hell out.
I'm being a
I'm already
dominating
at the
info.
Well,
car,
can I-
right?
can I roll that
already
while I-
went out. I'm not witnessing any of this, right?
I'm assuming Keegan's
Not really.
lips. I'm assuming Keegan's like limping or something. So can I help him out as I try and figure out what's happening?
No, I think I should be fine.
No, but Keegan does immediately lose a point of temporary willpower.
No.
Yeah, you can feel the shadow snake inside of you draining your very essence.
So what is the
We
one
should probably
success?
pay a visit to Köln, von Köln.
The one success tells you that ain't your average job tenebration shadow snake that somebody like Allied would come up with. That thing is probably infused with something akin to Setite magic and
fantastic.
probably some necromancy.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, so it's a physical thing then. Oh.
Yeah, it's a little bit better than yours, I'm afraid.
Galen, can I take him to Frederick von Köln? See if he can do anything.
He's already fled. He's not at the party anymore.
No, but to his residence. I guess Keegan should know where he lives, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
He actually lives in the city.
Yeah, let's go there, Keegan. Let's go there.
Can I stay with them?
Mm-hmm. All right, so the two of you are going to try and escort Keegan to Frederick von Köln.
I just want the ride.
Fair enough.
To the driver.
Yep, to the driver. All right, Allied, you're just drinking your problems away.
Well, well, I mean, there's so much fine, I guess, like aged blood. I guess that would be a thing.
Not really, but
They probably got some for the party, but nothing old.
fresh blood is best blood.
All right, then I guess
Aged blood.
I guess we'd have the finest and freshest of blood here.
Yep.
So I
Maids
am just
You're just chugging.
I'm just enjoying what I can, like putting the rest, like hanging bottles out of like my pocket, and it's like this will come in handy later. Looking around as everybody else flees, because I take it nobody really cares at this point. They just want out.
Yeah, everyone's just shuffling out the door.
Yeah, I'm just stocking up on bottles of blood.
Yep. Oh dear. So, you know what? It's about time for us to take a cut here for YouTube. Tune in on the next video, everyone, to find out the chronicle of what happens tonight. Oh, Jesus. We're off to a fucking great start.
It's fun.
Oh yeah, of course. What did you expect?
Keegan's hemorrhaging willpower. I had mercy on Andy, at the very least. You're welcome, by the way.
Thank you.
And Allied is just trying to drink his problems away. Oh, dear.
When somebody else shows up and does what you do, but 9 times, and not even 9 times, infinitely times better than you, you kind of realize you don't matter.
Yep. All right. Grab me a bottle. Yeah. All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll see you next time.
Here.